Hi tea lovers, it's Edward. Welcome back to my channel. Did you enjoy watching me practice the Gongfu tea in the previous video? It's getting warm here in Ontario and usually green tea is my summer tea. So in this video, I will demonstrate how I brew my green tea. Technically, I shouldn't call it Gongfu style as that uses a gaiwan or a small teapot. However, I have the exact same intention as Gongfu style, which is to enjoy a perfect cup. This is another practical video, so if you want to join me, you can use this method in this video to brew most of your green teas. As you can see here, this lovely tea is Tai Ping Hou Kui. Today, I will brew this one using the acronym T.R.I.P or the T.R.I.P we discussed in the last video. Just in case you don't know what T.R.I.P means or you missed the previous video, please click on this and check it out. After I posted my last video, I received many compliments about my music recommendations and people asked for more. So in this video, I will share another one, which is an entirely different genre, but I enjoy it very much. Okay, now let's begin. How do I brew my green tea? First, I want to spend a minute to discuss preparation. In my opinion, preparation is extremely important. One classical Chinese saying from more than 2,000 years ago, which all the intellectuals throughout history can recite, is in 中庸,凡事预则立,不预则废. In all things, success lies in previous preparation, and there will be a failure without previous preparation. In fact, if you wrote an exam and performed better than others on this book, 中庸, throughout Imperial China, it will get you a job with the emperor, regardless of your social standing. Perhaps this will help you understand how much intelligence was highly valued in ancient China and how much preparation matters. Or in English, prior preparation prevents poor performance. If you have watched my previous video, you'd know that I tend to split the preparations into two parts, intangible and tangible. As I mentioned, music is necessary for creating a proper atmosphere, but it may also be distracting. If I have to choose a vocalist or a singer, I sometimes choose one in a language that I don't understand, where I can feel the emotion from the notes. For example, French. One of my favorites is Chantal Timberland. Chantal Timberland, am I pronouncing it right? Anyways, she's a French-Canadian jazz vocalist. Her smoky and sensational voice seems to me very inspiring as I'm making tea. How about yours? Do you have a favorite one? Who is your singer that helps you create your perfect cup? Please share them with us in the comment below. The tangible preparation could be very simple for green tea, and regardless of how simple the preparation of tea is, it's always the same T.R.I.P or the T.R.I.P for all types of tea. My tea set is the simplest that I can imagine. Tea, water, and a container. I even use a piece of paper instead of a tea holder, and you can do this at home too. Sometimes less is more, and you really don't need much to enjoy life. Now let's talk about this adorable tea, Tai Ping Hou Kui. It's one of the most famous Chinese green teas. There have been many nominations for top 10 famous Chinese tea throughout history, and Tai Ping Hou Kui was usually there. Tai Ping is an old name for the Yellow Mountain area in Anhui Province, China. It means peace or stability. I feel like this is what we need at this moment in this crazy world. Hou means monkey. The origin of this tea is a few villages that share the name after the character Hou. These villages still grow the best quality Tai Ping Hou Kui, and the market pitch for this tea is, the monkey were trained to pick or process the tea leaves. I don't believe this, do you? Among all famous Chinese green teas, Tai Ping Hou Kui is one of the few processed by hot air instead of pan frying. Hot air processing methods helps deliver an intense green and refreshing aroma with a hint of orchid. At the same time, the hot air method preserves the shape very well. You can see this distinctive dry tea leaf appearance In fact, with tea of this quality, every single leaf has been shaped carefully by hand, one at a time. On my last tea trip, we learned that an experienced worker can only produce about 600 grams or 1.3 pounds of tea working an entire day. That's how precious this tea is. Now let's talk about T.R.I.P, the T.R.I.P. T stands for temperature. Hopefully you knew that we shouldn't brew green tea in boiling hot water. 80 Celsius or 175 Fahrenheit should be good. If that is what you've been doing, excellent. Keep up the good tea brewing. But here, as I know this is a handmade supreme quality tea, and they can withstand higher temperatures, which will produce a better liqueur. So I want to take a little risk, and I'm going with 85 Celsius. Although it's more dangerous, some people, including me, touch the kettle very quickly to determine the temperature. Will it burn your fingers? Oh yeah, until you get used to it. I do this in order to form a greater connection with the tea, and it's simpler than a smart kettle or a thermometer. To be honest, I don't encourage you to do this, but this helps me to feel what I'm doing while knowing what I'm doing. In the future, I may want to talk about like all the 5 sensories to appreciate tea. Comment below if you are interested. If you really want to try this, be careful. I hope you remember the ratio is tea to water. I use for green tea is 1 to 50, which means 1 gram of tea to 50 grams or milliliter of water. When using this tall glass with water going to about here, the water will be approximately 150 milliliters in this case. So 3 grams of tea will be required. I is the abbreviation for infusion time. I usually brew green tea for about 2 minutes, and that is what I'm going to do with this Tai Ping Hou Kui tea as well. As to how many times can green tea be brewed, it's usually 2 to 5 infusions, which varies depending on the tea's quality. Therefore, more expensive tea isn't always more expensive. Get it? P stands for pouring. The pouring method I'm using here is to pour gently against the wall instead of directly pouring on the leaves. I do this because I want to minimize the disturbance to the delicate leaves. Hot air processed green tea leaves are delicate, while pan frying processed leaves are hardier. This Tai Ping Hou Kui has an intense aroma, so I will stop at this much and have a sniff. What a nice aroma. And of course, you can also quickly share it with your companions before you fill it up to 150 milliliters. Okay, that's the tea trip for this week's green tea, Tai Ping Hou Kui. Once the 2-minute time is up, your tea is ready. However, my perfect cup of tea started before it's brewed. See this? What a lovely scene. It's so pretty that it's almost ashamed to drink it. I hope you enjoy watching this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, feel free to share this video to all your friends who appreciate peace at this moment. To Tai Ping. See you next time.